Hi, great people. I just want to thank you for the many people who send me pleasantries. Thank you for giving me feedback about the clip I did about reading. And today I want to take an interesting turn. I want to discuss taking responsibilities. One of the things that we have realized that most people don't take responsibilities for where they are, and it's very normal for somebody to blame somebody else for where they are. But let me just give you my story. As I was working and when I finished high school and I did accounting for a bit, and my mom was not feeling well, so I had gone to Moranga for an audit. And while I was in Moranga, I was called that my mom had passed away, and that broke me. I cried from Moranga all the way to Nairobi. That dented my heart completely. My mom loved me so dearly. If there's any person who I knew loved me was my mother. And beyond that, the only thing I wanted to do in life was to make my mother proud. Me and my mom went through a difficult time, and my sisters. Like one example I usually say I give is when I was in high school and my mom used to come to the boarding school, and she'd come and visit me. And one time I got embarrassed because her dress was torn, and I knew that the reason why it's torn is because not that she didn't want to buy herself an outfit, it's because she was paying my school fees. And as a child, I felt the pain. So the only thing for me was I finish school, I get a good job, I make my mother extremely proud. And I used to recite there's a poem of how I'm going to make my mom proud and the things I'm going to say to her. And now she's gone. That pain of losing a parent is a painful process. It would have been easy for me to now use that as an excuse and say, now my mom has passed away. I have to leave college because I was left with two beautiful kids, my sister and brother, to take care of, and I need to take that responsibility. And I'd have used that as an excuse. In fact, one time I went for an interview, and on the interview my CV had written I'm an orphan. Then I realized, chief, and there are a couple of jobs I look for using that line, I'm an orphan. But I soon realized that doesn't work. People don't want to know whether you're an orphan. They want you to give them value. So the pain of loss of a parent, I think it's the most painful, because to date I can't cry because I've cried all my tears. I cried almost 20 years ago. And I would have used that as an excuse to say, now my mom has passed away, I can't do this, that. No, no, no. But I took charge of my life from there on. Took care of my brother, took care of my sister, and I worked hard. That loss gave me the strength to become better, not worse. I would have taken the other course. I would have started drinking, I would have started smoking, I would have blamed everybody for what happened to my mother, and I would have taken another course. But I didn't that loss of our parent did not make me stop doing what I was doing. It hurts to date. I feel pain because of my mother, because I didn't do the one thing I wanted to do: stand on a stage and recite her poem, how I loved her, because my mom loved me dearly, and how I wanted to reward her for what she had done in my life. I wanted to make her proud. I wanted to do all sorts of things, just to make my mother proud because of the love she had for me. Now, I was reading a story of a lady called Lisa. Lisa is not very beautiful. If you go on YouTube, they usually say the most ugly woman in the world. But Lisa is beautiful inside. And right now, if you go on YouTube, she probably has more hits. Some more hits. She hits like 1 million or 2 or 3 million, or even 5 million. She makes money with what she already has. So don't use your loss or your pain as an excuse for where you are right now. Don't blame your church. Oh, my pastor did this to me. Don't blame your parents. Don't blame your situation, because that's what people do. Blame government. Those are excuses, because there are people like, I have a friend of mine, and he's also a friend on Facebook, and I'm sure he'll know who I talk about. They used to live in Kariobangi South and Kariobangi North, sorry. And when it was raining, they used to hold the wall of their house to stop rain from collapsing their wall in the night. Today, that guy has flown it to every state in the world. And sometimes he flies first class. Because he did not use that excuse of poverty to stop him from becoming who God has called him to be. So what is your reason for being where you are? Or is it your parent? Is it because you are poor? That's not an excuse. Is it because you're ugly? That's not even an excuse. Because all these are reasons why people give for not being in another place. The pain of losing my parent, for example, my mother, who I loved dearly, and I wanted to reward her, and I was giving a story that she would come to my school, and I would see that torn dress that she's wearing because she's working hard for me. And then I lose that beautiful lady. But that just gave me the energy to become better. And so, young man, young woman, please take responsibility for your life. Don't blame anybody for where you are. Your parents could be fighting. Your mother could be a drunkard. Your father could have left you, rejected you. You could have lost a loved one. The reasons are the same reasons that people make it, and the same reason that people lose their lives. You find a drunkard who says, I'm in prison because I was abused. Same reason that somebody says he was abused is some of the reasons why people succeed. So take responsibility. Don't blame anybody for where you are. Just work hard, focus, use the challenges of your life to make you a better person. And don't use that excuse of your challenges. Because out of pain, you get gain. And whether you say it's because of this reason that I'm where I am, you're right. Whether you say my mom passed away, so I was not able to work hard, I was not able to go to school, you're right. And anybody would understand. Whether you say for the same reason that my mom died, and I was able to do much more because of her death, I'm also right. So whichever way you want to go, it's your responsibility. So don't blame anybody from where you are. Take responsibility of your life and work hard, work smart, and take charge of your life, because there's nobody else who's going to take you to the next level but you. You could find angels, you could find people to support you, but even them, they need somebody who's focused and somebody who's not playing games and using excuses like of their tragedy for where they are. So I hope that helps you. My name is Anthony Jenga, Managing Director of TMX and also a Director Consultant with BNI. And the only thing I do, the one thing I want to do is to be able to impact lives by the stories I share and the information I share either on Facebook or any other channel. Thank you, and God bless.